All right. Let's see. What about some Sega Saturn today? Oh, here we go. We're gonna do this one for sure. Some good old Highway 2000. Not a very well-known game. Kind of flew under the radar with all the other racing games that everybody wanted for the Saturn back in the day. But Highway 2000, let's take a look at it. All right, Highway 2000. Here we go. Funny story about this game is I had it back in the day when it came out, 1997 or something like that. And it was a big contention point between my friends and I. We used to play this game, play the hell out of this game. And music, sorry. But we used to play the hell out of this game and beat each other's time trials and all that. My one friend, you know, he would always gloat about, nobody can beat me at Daytona. So my one friend, like, pretty much beats him by a country mile on that game. So then he goes and turns over and starts moving the goalposts to say, well, yeah, well, nobody can beat me at Highway 2000. And so, yeah, so it was a big contention point, Highway 2000. Just do a time trial. So one day, he's like, oh, can I borrow that game? You know, it was like back in the day, you know, 97 or whatever. It's like, oh, can I borrow that game? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not, man? I let him borrow it, and 25 years later, I still haven't seen it back. Had to buy a new copy. Luckily, I found this copy. It was brand new sealed several years back now, probably 5 or 10 years ago. Found this copy brand new sealed, and I only paid retail price for it, so thank goodness for that. That doesn't happen anymore these days. I don't know what this is going for now, but thank God I bought it when I did, because you don't see it pop up very often either when you're looking for it. So here we go, using the Mad Viper. I love the music in this game. Super peel out. Now this game is very drift heavy. I like to think of this game as the precursor to Tokyo Extreme Racer on Dreamcast. I think they have a connection to each other, and this is kind of like the first in that kind of game line. I'm totally screwing up playing this game because I'm trying to talk. You can't talk and chew bubblegum at the same time? Hell no, sonny. Oh, see? I can't. It's a very drift-heavy game. It's very squirrely to control at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. Yeah, there we go. There's sections where you'll start drifting, and you'll just be drifting on straightaways for no reason. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Nailed that one. We do it. Oh, messed it up. I think it's a super fun game. It's not a well-known game. It was kind of buried. Really? I wasn't even doing that terrible, although I was at the beginning, I guess. It's not that well-known of a game. It got buried amongst all the other racing games out for the Saturn at the time, like Daytona and Virtua Racing and all that stuff. So, it kind of flew under the radar. But I just know that back in the day, you know, 16, 17 years old, back in 97 or whatever, I went to Toys R Us looking to buy a game and came across this one. And I'm like, huh, interesting. Decided to go with this because I like off-the-wall things that aren't, you know, the biggest popular thing. Turned out to be actually a really good game. I very much like playing. It's fun. Although I haven't played it in years until I pulled it out to do this video. But, yeah, I think it's a fun game. It's a great racing game for the Saturn. It looks good, too, you know. For the Saturn, it doesn't do 3D graphics all that great. I think it looks pretty good for a Saturn game. And it holds its own against, like, you know, the Need for Speed Hot Pursuits on PlayStation 1 and games like that. And I'm already screwing this up. Now look. Stop it. Oh my god, stuck on a wall. I'm sitting here saying how cool of a game it is, and I'm playing it like crap. Go figure. Alright, let's get this. We're gonna get this here. Oh yeah. Whoa. Just barely got that one. Oh man, I screwed it up anyway. I got news for you. Even on time trials, you still have a time limit. So you can't be screwing around too much. In this game, one little hiccup and you're done. See, the hiccup I did back at the beginning, I was done already at that point. You're never going to actually finish it because it just isn't... I should have been drifting through that whole thing, see? Oh, man. Wow. Let's do it one more time, see if I can actually do a real race here instead of going down memory lane with this game. Yeah, 25 years later, I haven't gotten the game back. He must still be trying to beat that score that he made in 97. That's what it is. He still has it because he's still trying to beat his score from 1997. He hasn't been able to beat it yet. That's why he hasn't given it back. 25 years later, still can't beat the score, right? That must be what it is. Alright, let's really try to do this now. Should be interesting. It's, like I said, the controls are squirrely feeling at first, especially if you've played other racing games and you come to this. But, yeah, I do think this is kind of the precursor to Tokyo Extreme Racer. This came before it, and I think it's in that same family of games. I don't know that it's made by the same... Is it made by the same people? I don't know. It might be. I thought I read somewhere where there was a connection between the two, but I could be wrong. Music in this game is so cool. Oh, oh, oh. That's a huge drift up the hill. Oh, see, I already screwed up by hitting that little tiny little piece of wall. Game's already over. That's how relentless it is. Good old classic guitar rock music in this game is awesome. Yep, see, just that one little hiccup. I should have kept drifting, but I let it go. Sometimes you can get into a drift and be literally drifting down a straightaway and literally hold it like that. Whoops. Son of a bitch. Come on. Oh, God. See? I was actually trying that time too. How in the world I was making like record times on this back in the day, I don't know. But apparently I played the hell out of it and got so used to how the controls are that I was just whooping its ass. But yeah, there it is. Highway 2000. That's pretty much the gist of it. Tournament mode, you know, you're just racing other cars and you have to actually finish. I'm pretty sure you have to finish in first place or you ain't advancing to the next thing. And believe me, racing the other vehicles on this game, the AI or whatever, it's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. You will get to a point where you're so infuriated by the one little sliver of not, you know, getting across the finish line because you have to get first place. You'll be so infuriated, you'll start punching your knee and everything else and flipping out. And trust me, it's a rage-inducing game, but it is really fun at the end of the day, you know. Opening tune. Love that tune. Alright, well there it is, Highway 2000. I think it's really cool. If you want an obscure off-the-wall racing game for the Saturn that you might not have heard of, that's actually pretty cool, there you go. With that said, catch you all down the road.